When schools think they own your kids. Let's get dialed in. Hello and welcome to Texas Talkin, where we cut through the tumbleweeds of political correctness to get to the heart of the matter. I'm your host, Shiloh Platts, and tonight we delve into a story that's as unsettling as a rattlesnake in your sleeping bag. Imagine being a parent, sending your child to school, trusting that the educators will respect your wishes and support your child's well-being. Now, imagine discovering that the school has been calling your daughter by a different name, using male pronouns, and encouraging her to embrace a gender identity that contradicts her actual sex, all without your consent. That's the reality Emily Schmidt and her mother faced in the Port Neches-Groves Independent School District right here in Jefferson County, Texas. As reported by Texas Scorecard, Emily, struggling with gender dysphoria, was influenced by online communities and adults who encouraged her to transition. Instead of guiding her towards professional help and involving her parents, the school district chose to affirm her new identity secretly. Teachers referred to her as Jacob, used male pronouns, and even embroidered that name on her graduation blanket, all without informing her mother. This isn't just a breach of trust, it's a deliberate undermining of parental authority. Schools are meant to educate, not indoctrinate. They should partner with parents, not go behind their backs. Emily's story is a grim reminder of the importance of transparency and the dangers of allowing institutions to make life-altering decisions for our children without parental involvement. Now, Emily eventually detransitioned and is now advocating for others who might be facing similar situations. Her courage in speaking out sheds light on the need for policies that protect parental rights and ensure that schools focus on education, not social engineering. So, to all the parents out there, stay vigilant. Know what's happening in your child's school. And remember, in Texas, we don't take kindly to institutions that think they know better than mom and dad. Don't go anywhere, folks, because Emily Schmidt joins me next. And joining me now, making her debut appearance on Texas Talkin', is grassroots activist Emily Schmidt. Emily, welcome aboard.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I think it's important that the people of not only Jefferson County, Texas, but Texas as a state and perhaps even the country beyond Texas get familiar with your story. Now, let's get right to it, Emily. Did school faculty at Port Neches-Groves pressure or try to otherwise influence you into pretending that you were a male?
So originally, I was pressured online to transition, and I had told the school, I emailed the school just before I started my junior year, emailed all my teachers saying, "Hey, I'm trans. My name is Jacob. Don't tell my parents." And immediately they were like, "Okay, yeah, you're Jacob now. Won't let your parents know."
No pushback of any kind.
Nope.
They were intent on your parents not knowing that you wanted to, at the time, be a male, correct?
Correct. I did have one teacher, one math teacher. I don't remember her name. She was amazing. But at the end of the year, she pulled me aside and she was like, "Hey, I can see you're really a girl. I hope you can grow out of this." But other than that, nothing.
Well, you are clearly, thank God, still
Yeah.
a female. What was it ultimately, Emily, that made you change your mind and come to the conclusion that, hey, I was born a woman and I intend to stay a woman?
So my senior year of high school, I passed all my classes and didn't have to take finals. It was the semifinals during it. I think it was during January or December. So my mom took me to the beach, and on the way there, she wouldn't let me be on my phone, and she just sat down with me and was like, "Hey, you're a girl. Just because you're masculine, just because you're a tomboy doesn't mean that you're a boy." And she just really explained that to me and finally got it through my thick head. And she also told me I need to stop spending so much time online. So I did. Because I realized all my friends were online. I had a few real life friends, but didn't really talk to them. So not being constantly online and constantly encouraged by the trans community made me realize, hey, it's okay to be a tomboy. That doesn't mean I need to chop off my breasts.
So ultimately, it took a conversation between a mother and her daughter in order for you to understand and realize I'm comfortable being me. I'm comfortable being Emily, right? So I want to go back to the comment you made about the school faculty who embraced this idea. What ended up happening? In other words, when you told them you wanted to be Jacob and that you were presenting yourself as a male, and they were just totally cool with it, didn't tell mom or dad or anybody. What happened at that point? How did your mom end up finding out that this was going on right under her nose?
So my mom found out in the middle of my junior year. I think it was actually a few months after my junior year started. A friend of a friend told my mom, and my mom went to the school and she was like, "Hey, you need to stop this." And they told her to her face, "Yeah, we will." And she just looked at them and was like, "No, I'm serious. You need to stop." So they sent one of the counselors from Texas Workforce Commission to talk to my mom. And this counselor told my mom, "Hey, if you don't affirm her at home, she's going to kill herself. You need to
Wow.
start affirming her."
So
And
mom
my
was the
mom,
problem, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's how the school painted it. It sounds like.
yeah. And my mom basically told them to their face, like, "You're full of crap. I'm going to raise my daughter how I want to raise my daughter. You need to stop calling her Jacob." They looked her in the eyes and said, "Okay, we will." My mom didn't know until after my senior year that I was still going by Jacob at school. We got our class blanket back. It's a blanket that has like 2017 and all of our names on it. And it said Jacob instead of Emily. And my mom was furious, but the
I
school
can
year was already
imagine.
over. She couldn't do anything anymore.
So, since this time, you've been involved with advocacy in Austin to speak out against sexualizing our children. Tell us more about that.
So I think it was 2 years ago, there was a bill they were trying to pass to make it to where doctors cannot give children blockers or testosterone or have surgeries because there
And
were surgeries happening.
for the record, I'm sorry for interrupting, but it's important that viewers understand this. For the record, you didn't take any puberty blockers or hormones or make any life changing physical alterations to your body, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so anyway, go
Correct.
on. There are many who tragically
Yeah.
do, and that's why I wanted to make this distinction. So go ahead.
Yeah. Um, so I went there to speak and I was like, "Hey, I'm living proof that you can grow out of this without transitioning." And these other people who transitioned as kids spoke with me and they were like, "Hey, this harmed me." And it was very eye-opening. It made me feel very blessed and lucky that I got out of this without permanent damage, being around all these wonderful people who were damaged by this system.
And who, mind you, in many cases are young teens,
Mhm.
right, who are struggling with other forms of mental illness, who probably need treatment and help rather than affirming this delusion and making changes to their bodies that unfortunately will stay with them for the rest of their lives. So, what still needs to happen to ensure that no child in Texas, no child in the United States of America ever has to experience what you did?
I would like to see either an executive order or even a state law that states, "Hey, you can't transition children without parental consent in schools, even if it is just socially transition. You can't do that behind a parent's back." You shouldn't be doing that, period. But I think for the state law, the furthest we could go is, "Hey, these teachers can't be doing this behind the parent's back." And Representative Steve Toth of the Woodlands,
Good
he
guy.
helped. Oh, he is amazing. I love him. But Steve was wrote a bill that does that, and he's been getting slandered by other Republicans. They won't pass it. They won't hear it. It it's craziness. It needs to be done. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is Texas. It's a red state. It's not happening here." I graduated in 2017. This started before then. This has been going on for a decade. If they did this to me a decade ago, what do you think they're doing to kids now?
It's probably gotten worse
Yeah.
by now. So, just wrapping things up, Emily, if there are other teens out there who are struggling with this same issue that you experienced when you were in high school, what would you say to them, and where might you suggest they go for direction and guidance?
I would suggest, I don't really know where they would go. For parents, I would suggest Affirming Reality Connected. It's run by Gabrielle Clark out of Houston, Texas. She's amazing. She coaches parents how to coach their children out of this. But for kids, what I would want them to know is it's okay to be uncomfortable in your body. That happens, that's normal during puberty. That happens to almost everyone. But being uncomfortable in your body doesn't mean that you're the other gender. If you're a male and you're a little feminine, that doesn't mean you're a woman. If you're a woman and you're masculine, that doesn't make you a man. And trying to change your sex, taking hormones, chopping body parts off, it's a never-ending cycle. It's never going to lead to happiness. It's only going to lead to more suicidal ideations.
Emily, you're courageous, you're brave. I want to thank you for being vulnerable enough to share this very personal story with the rest of the country. And thank you for taking some time to come on and talk to us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great state of Texas. Thank you for helping us keep Texas talking.
Thank you.
Stay dialed in to interviews and content just like this by clicking that follow button on my Facebook page, or hit the subscribe button to learn more about exclusive access that you won't want to miss.